I'm here with Gopal Rao, editor of the MRS Bulletin, and also with Steve Moss, a longtime MRS member and volunteer. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you.
Well, Gopal, let's start with you. You have been with MRS some time now, so has Steve. How have you seen the field change in that time?
In the 25 years since I've been with MRS and the previous 10 years that I've been in the field, I think there have been enormous changes, which is not surprising because material science is a super discipline and interdisciplinary, and because of that, it's an extremely dynamic field.
Gopal is right in that the society does attempt to keep up with the latest innovations in technology and in materials research. Early on, we had work that people were doing in studying the mechanisms of pulse laser annealing. We had a lot of controversy associated with those particular phenomena. The society has evolved over all of these years of activities.
I love hearing about the evolution. Gopal, I want to also ask you about the MRS Bulletin. You have provided 3 influential covers of the Bulletin. Can you tell us about each of them briefly?
Yes, so the 3 covers that I had sent you earlier, the first one was actually a special issue on energy. Those issues, I think, set the stage and the ground for a lot of future activities within MRS. So subsequent to the 2008 issue on energy, we now see a whole series of symposia, for instance. The other 2 issues that I had earlier mentioned, one was, again, on graphene, published in 2012. The third issue, which was published in 2015, was on materials and engineering and innovation.
Let me kind of segue also, Steve, into other programs. What other programs do you think are important to the future of MRS?
We've got a nice range of journals, okay? And we need to do things that ensure the viability of those journals. The great thing about MRS is the interaction with all of the different people, including the volunteers and the staff. We have, by and large, a group of volunteers and staff that are highly competent, that are dedicated and hardworking people, and that put the society and the needs of the membership and the community ahead of their own personal needs.
In recent years, we've really, I would add that we've expanded our virtual offerings, meaning we now have a virtual component of each of our meetings. We've very much expanded our offering of virtual webinars, virtual workshops, many of them in collaborations with other societies, other organizations beyond the United States, so outside.
Gopal Rao and Steve Moss, thank you both for being here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.